Grace Porter. This is Tegan.
What's your name?
Tegan. Vote for my daddy. Tim Porter wants to be your sheriff.
Hello, Todd County. This is Tim Porter, your candidate for sheriff again. I wanted to show you the new shirt that I just got in from the Constitutional Sheriffs and Peace Officers Association. This video is part of the Plan series, and I'm talking a little bit about scheduling, and one of the things that I want to bring to Todd County is 24-hour coverage of the county. Not just an on-call coverage, but a legitimate officer in the office week 24/7. So what I've done is I've put all this together on an Excel spreadsheet to try to visualize how we could accomplish that. Now, one of the easiest things for us to do, and my long-term goal would be to have 6 deputies working for the department, 5 full-time and probably 1 part-time. When I get in office and I have more access to the salaries and to some of the actual figures, I'll have better information. But my initial calculations, I'm looking at somewhere between the amounts of $15 to $20 per household per year would be all that would be required to up our department to the goals that I'd like to see us at. So it's just something for the citizens to think about for the future. If they want more coverage, that's the best option. In lieu of that, I've put together some schedules I've been working on this Excel spreadsheet to kind of see how this would play out if we could cover it. Got these schedules through talking to friends of mine in different departments in the state of Kentucky, Ohio, and even in Tennessee, and also looking at some common factory schedules to see how they dealt with the problems of covering 24/7 operations. At the top here I have some brief overview. So the first schedule that I come up with is 3 full-time deputies working 8.5-hour shifts, 2 weekends on, 2 weekends off schedule, with 1 full-time deputy working strictly weekends, and then 1 part-time fill-in. This puts us all on the same schedule. Day 7 to 4, green is 3 to midnight, and blue is 11 to 8 a.m. This gives us an overlap, so a good transition between officers. It requires a 4th officer to fill in the downtime. Then I looked at 4 10-hour shifts. This requires 6 deputies working either a Saturday or Sunday each week, and you can see from the schedule they work 1 of the weekend days every week. Same kind of schedules, 7 to 5, 3 to 1, and 11 to 9. A common factory schedule would require 5 personnel to work 5 on, 3 off, 5-4, and then 5-3 again. And the way they accomplish it in the factories, rotating shifts, eliminates the necessity of having people to fill in those gaps. So Deputy 1 would work Monday through Friday, 7 to 5. He would have 3 days off, and then he would work 3 to 1 for his next shift. And then he would have 4 days off, and then he would work 11 to 9. And as you see how this flows down through here, it eliminates the gaps that we had if we go back up here where we had to fill in with that 4th and 5th officer. Of course, it still requires us to have 5 full-time personnel, and then obviously a 6th would cover down on sick days and vacation days. A common schedule in other law enforcement departments that I've spoken with is 12-hour shifts, which is a 7 to 7, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., and 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. And I've modified this because of the hours. You have to work 1 8-hour day every 2 weeks to keep your hours under control. So what I've done is I've put these on a Sunday and modified the hours from 7 to 3 p.m. and then 11 to 7 a.m., which leaves us a gap in coverage from 3 p.m. to 11 a.m., which I've added here in the dark blue highlight and purple. And that would be where the 5th officer would come into play. Well, the hours works out fairly well this way, and you can do this with 4 people, with 1 person working the cover. So we could do this with 5 deputies very easily. They're a little bit longer shifts. Right now that looks like the best solution. However, I haven't made a solid decision on this because I'm the type of leader that I want to sit down with the deputies and get their input and see where they're at. As a good leader, I'll sit down with them, we'll discuss this out, and we'll look at the options and we'll develop a plan. But we'll always have our ultimate goal in sight, which is reaching our 24/7 working out of the office operations. I'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch this video on scheduling, and I look forward to talking to you and sharing more of my ideas with you in future videos. Thank you and God bless.
I am Leah Kinner, and I would like you to vote for my grandpa, Tim Porter, for our community because I think he would make a wonderful sheriff.